Good morning, guys. Today's going to be a very productive day. We got a lot planned for the build today. So one of the things that we're going to do today that I couldn't do yesterday is we're going to modify the hose for the transmission cooler. So Duke's got an aftermarket one. It is staying where it's at right now, and we're just going to extend the hoses, and we're going to get rid of these hard lines here, and we're going to tuck everything nice and out of the way. All right, guys, I'm just looking over the instructions, see if I am missing anything that needs to be done before we get moving today. So what I want to get done is I want to get these transmission lines out of the way. I got my hose that came in, so all right, before we start loosening this up, I need to take off this cover here, just held up by just a clip on both sides. There we go. That's actually perfect right there, so I'm gonna leave it there, and then the plan is to move this down with the lines facing up, but it needs to be low center of gravity so that when I take these lines off, they don't start leaking everywhere. All right, so it looks like we got one bolt holding this down, and then a couple tie straps. So I've already trimmed most of the tie straps, but it looks like there's one left. I'm gonna put this bolt back real quick. Cut this guy. I have a hoodie on right now because it was actually kind of chilly, but the sun's coming out now and I'm already hot. But I'm used to the heat being in Arizona. There we go. Okay, so here's the plan. Gonna lower this like that. Oh great, now this comes out. All right, guys, this hose does have a little bit of pressure on it, and it's a little thicker, so I don't know if these will work, but I'm gonna try it. This should minimize how much it leaks. What these do is these clamp down, and these are good for like fuel lines or like something you don't want to leak while you're working on it. So it looks like the one closest to the engine is going to be the lower side. I'm just going to keep it the same, and so we will measure everything before cutting. So that looks about looks pretty good right there for the low side. And then okay, how the lower one is good. At least we're hoping that it is. And now we're gonna measure the upper one. Which would go here, like that. And then, okay. There we go. There we go. All right, upper. And we have another piece left just in case. We were using a lot less than what you would normally use if you had the OEM, because the OEM would have the lines that go here. So, all right, now take this back off and get it low so it doesn't leak too much. We'll drop this, basically just leave it there like so, and then got my little baby ratchet here. I think this is, what is this, a 7 for those little tiny T-clamps. Alright, so let's see how big a mess we make here. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Not a drop. Ooh. Okay. Let's do this other one. No fucking way. Dude, did we just, like, do something without spilling something? Wow. Okay. Alright. We're off to a good start. So, well, shit, now what? Oh, there we go. Okay. Got a little leakage. Okay. Alright, so I need to rinse this off because it did leak a little bit. And if you guys don't know, if you leave a lot of oil on stuff, it's going to attract all kinds of dirt and could potentially clog it even. Not that it would, because it's actually going to be right behind the intercooler, so if anything, the intercooler is going to block a lot of that debris. Let's see, let's get a rag and clean some of this stuff up. On my car, I dropped, man, maybe about a quart of fluid, which I had got Tony at Lexplicit add it right before my track day not that long ago. But let's clean this up. And I'm leaving these, basically this is full of oil right now, so by having these capped off I can work on it without it coming back and dripping on me. This is how much oil I leaked, which honestly won't hurt at all, not having that. And looking at the oil, it's in really good shape actually. All right, this is just gonna go back where it originally was, and then we'll get a couple tie straps on there as well to secure it. I don't know if this is an RR oil cooler or if it's from somewhere else. You ISF guys might know, so drop a comment, let me know. This is pretty nice. All right, get some tie straps going on in there, and then we can hook up those lines and get back to business. Oh no, this is leaking out. Motherfucker. Okay. Gotta try to get this tie strap back here so I can dress this cable completely out of the way. Maybe. Or maybe I'm putting it in the way, I don't know. We'll find out. We can always move. Am I left enough length on there? Okay, and then this guy right here. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, now we're gonna dress the front. So there's plenty of space here, is essentially what we're doing. Jesus Christ. We have to move this ground still. And then once we do that, getting pretty close to the install of the actual wow, look at that. Alright, let's take these off. Make sure there's no damage on the hose. And alright, and then these
oh, who's your good boy? Who's your good boy, Jesus? Okay. Okay, go away. Go away. No more. Go away.
Alright, it's time to move this ground over. So what we're doing is we're moving this ground to where the bracket is, right here. That way this is out of the way, and so we'll kind of tuck it over, tie strap it here so it's completely out of the way. That'll open up this whole area here. All right, and I'm not really sure, but I think this might end up being a supercharger bracket bolt. I'm just gonna lightly put that there for now. And we might have to modify this, I think, because the bolt that goes here is larger. Oh my god. This motherfucker's tight. Oh. Jesus, I'm gonna have to get a wrench and use it for leverage, because this dude is tight. Oh my god, it's always something. Let's see, which one of these do I not care about? We'll use this guy. You know what, let's grab a larger one and play it safe. This guy. Alright, so put it on here. There we go. Okay, that's why it's so tight. It's got so much thread in there. Wow. Yep, so we're gonna have to enlarge the hole on this, so do that in a bit and then flatten these guys out and we'll get this on there. Alright, so I routed this wire kind of behind this main harness here. You can see it. And then I'm not really gonna try to cut these. I think I'm just gonna flatten them out using some linements to have good leverage. I could try to see if I could trim it. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Alright, I guess I am cutting them. Alright. Cut those guys. And then what I want to do is I want to face it away like this. And but before I do that, we need to make this hole bigger. I have my handy dandy drill. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, not quite. I need a little more. Alright, let's see. Good enough. Alright, there we go. Okay, getting somewhere. Yay. Transmission line's in the way now. Okay. Alright. And the little lever keeps getting pushed back by the transmission line. That's full. Alright, I'll use this guy. God, this was so tight in there. I swear they were expecting it to like hold the engine in place. Okay, so we have moved the ground strap from the body here into the alternator location, the support bolt. We trimmed the hose for the radiator, drain the coolant, trim, remove ground strap bracket, relocate ground strap, cut away sheet metal below the box. We've done that, so that little triangle there has been cut. We removed this ground bracket and we moved the ground over to there where it was supporting the bracket. Replace the factory transmission cooler lines. We did that. This has to get additional clearance for the intercooler piping. Begin by removing factory transmission cooler. Remove all transmission cooler, including lines attached to radiators. So that's done. Remove transmission cooler. Replace upright. Yep, we did that. We got rid of these hard lines. Okay, replace transmission cooler hard lines with oil lines. That's done. Remove crank pulley. Yay. So this happened earlier. I broke this extension when I was trying to break loose the what do you call it? The alternator bolt. It's a Pittsburgh extension, so they have lifetime warranty. I could just take it back to Harbor Freight and get a new one. So I'm saving it because I do want a new one. And then this guy right here, we're going to use to wedge on the crank pulley before we take it off. But before we do that, we have to take the belt off. Alright, so we're going to put a 14 millimeter on the tensioner and loosen it by pushing it counterclockwise. And we're going to remove the original belt so that we can take off the crank pulley. So there's that. And this will be the only time you have access to replacing this belt. So if it's not in good shape, I would say replace it now. This belt looks brand new. Duke is really good about doing maintenance on his car, so. Yep, it's a lot bigger. Okay, and we have to wedge this in there. In there. Alright, so I have my extension wedged in there. I have a 7/8 socket, a deep socket on there. I'm gonna attempt to break this motherfucker loose. This is an older car, so fingers crossed. Alright, need some leverage. You fucking bitch. If you guys can see where my legs are. I got it. Fuck. Never easy. Oh, there we go. It's moving. See? Just move it enough that we pull this guy out right here. Got it. Lifesaver. Alright, now let's see how wedged in there this is. What I do is just kind of work all the sides a little bit at a time. There we go. It may not feel like it's doing anything, but it is. Got it. All right. All right, the key's still in there. So, and it's pointing upright. Let's go get the new crank pulley. Alright, we're gonna keep this moving along. So, my key is facing upwards. And God, I'm hoping this slides in correctly. These bolts here will hold on to a like a supercharger lever to be able to tighten the hole, because we can no longer do the cheat code where we stick the... Alright guys, so I have no idea how I managed to get this to work, but I basically lined up the key up at the top where it was not moving left or right, but it wasn't going in either. And then I just slowly started tightening the bolt, and it's actually guiding in. So now I can comfortably say that it's lined up correctly. And I'm just taking it easy. I'm going very slow, but so far so good. Alright guys, I can't find my pulley tool that R sent with my RCF's kit, so I'm making my own. And I have no idea if this is gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, if you're wondering why I'm cutting these pieces off, let that cool off for a second, is because the socket it goes here, and I need to be able to bolt this on and clear the socket at the same time. So this will go here. Oh, you know what? I need to make this hole bigger. Let's see if we can get that bolt through. Almost. Widen it out just a hair more. Good enough. All right. So the idea is that this will be wedged right in there, right when I'm turning this. Man, I hope it'll work. So I'm trying to line up the holes right now. Okay. Doesn't have to be super tight, but has to be tight enough so that this is basically using this as leverage, holding. Okay, now that it's getting tighter, I'll loosen up this one to allow it to move in more. Fuck me. No.
The one thing, do you have an extension cable?
What kind?
Just an extension cable, because the one thing they say when tuning is they want you to always have the battery,
Oh, so it doesn't drain?
Yeah, so it doesn't drain too
Yeah,
far.
I have a charger, a trickle charger over here.
This one,
So Nick's here to use, oh, let's not get them mixed up.
let's not get it mixed up. I remember this one.
So we have the My Genius that came with the supercharger, and Rafi said that in order to use it, you have to use it to tune back to stock on the car that the supercharger was in. And luckily Nick was nice enough to bring his car over so we can make sure that that's done, so that way we can just transfer the tune over. Otherwise we got to buy a whole new tune. So right now I think we would just pay like the transfer fee that R charges. We're not entirely sure if it'll work yet, but we're gonna try. Nick, you got a YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
I need to start posting more, but Streetcar Nick.
Nice. Streetcar Nick?
Yep.
Right.
Everything I build is streetcars.
Hell yeah.
No track,
This
no
guy has
track.
all kinds of toys in his house, man, so make sure to follow his channel.
She's a little dusty, she's a little dirty.
An extension cord. What's a Huan tune? What does that say?
Mine did not have that. Huan Tune 7200.
That's the RPM, right? When they raise the red line?
Maybe. This.
Alrighty. 243 foot-pounds. So we got our big boy torque wrench and our 7/8. And now, let me get my cardboard back in here. Okay. So this is what I did. I wedged this thing into my little makeshift tool to be able to hold it, and hopefully that works. So let's give it a shot. Fuck. Okay, there's a chance that I may have finally reached the bottomless pit of this torquing process. Maybe. All right. There we go. Fuck. All right. We are good. I feel like I need a fucking nap after that. All right, let's check our belt alignment. I mean, it looks good, I think. Okay, check it out. So it wasn't too bad. It held up pretty good, but damn. All right, so I'm gonna put these back, torque them down, and then we're gonna get our serpentine belt on. All right, so I'm trying to put the serpentine belt on, but it's kind of hard to get a good view for you guys while I do it, so I'll do my best. But I'll have the diagram up here for you guys, somewhere in here, so you can see what I'm trying to do. And just kind of make sure everything is lined up where it needs to be. It seems like it is. Oh God, come on. Motherfucker. Okay. I think I got it on. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so it's on right here. That's good. This bottom one is smooth. Bottom one's on. I'm just gonna turn it a few times. So that top section. Oh, actually I can see the wear pattern for where it used to be, and it looks like it's good. It lines up over here. We're in business. We're gonna relocate this fuel injection module, and before we do that, it does say to bend this bracket right here straight. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna have to extend this ground strap. Are we? Yes. Extend ground strap and bolt into this location. Let me see what we're talking about. Are you shitting me? How does this even come off? Oh, there we go. Okay, here's the ground strap, and it was here, so it's going from the engine basically to the body. So what I'm gonna do is move it here to this sensor, which will still be on the engine, and it should be able to reach this grounding area while completely staying out of the way. And so we'll keep everything the same. Let's get this guy out. Okay, this part that has a hook was on that side, but I'm gonna reverse it, because if I reverse it, it'll fit here just fine without having to bend that tab. tabs going around just fine. Both 10mm bolts. Get this guy in here. There we go. Ground relocated. Bend this tab a little bit back so it gives it even more room. There we go. Alright, there's enough slack in there that if the engine does move a little bit, it's not gonna tug on it. Nice and snug.